2020 was rough for everybody, and with all of us finding a bunch of free time on our hands with nothing to do with it, it's the perfect time to go back and play all those games you've been finally meaning to play. This year, I 100%ed Super Mario 64 thanks to the 3D All-Stars collection. I still plan to play through the other two games in the same fashion, but that can wait. Oh, and I also beat most of the Halos on Legendary alone, which was really fun and only minorly frustrating. But like most people this year, I was really looking for that big escape game, the game that helped distract me from the harsh realities of the world. Games such as Animal Crossing New Horizons and Stardew Valley. And boy did these games deliver. I know Stardew Valley's been out for like 4 years now, but we needed games like this now more than ever. Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing did both have major content updates in 2020, so it's not to say that there isn't any relevancy. And now, as I reflect on 2020, I think of all the killer games I played, all the games that frustrated me, and everything in between. But overall, I was clinging to these two titles to escape this year, and now I'm left asking the question, which one did I enjoy more? Well, going into the year, everyone was hyped for Animal Crossing New Horizons. It was the first main series entry in like 8 years, with its predecessor being Animal Crossing New Leaf. Now, I played this game religiously in 2013 thanks to Chugga Conroy, so I was right aboard that hype train along with everyone else, and for the first few months I really enjoyed my time with New Horizons, before putting it down literally until making this video. I was disappointed with the lack of returning content at the time. I felt like so much of it from New Leaf was missing and I wasn't quite sure why. But I suppose Nintendo had planned for it to go this way so they could periodically update the game and add new and returning features to keep it alive and relevant. I didn't like this, however, because I came to a wall really fast after playing for the first few months, so I put the game down expecting to just start a new island once all the updates were out, and as updates came and went, I was scared to go back to my town because I was expecting my villagers to either have moved out, or to have disliked me, or something like that, and I came back and I couldn't have been any more wrong. You see, previous titles in the series had mechanics like that, but apparently not New Horizons. I didn't know that, and that changes everything. Now, I won't feel bad about popping into the game a few months later if I lose interest, or if I want to wait for the rest of the updates to come out. It really improves the longevity of the game to know my island co-inhabitants are able to make do without me there and are still happy to see me, no matter how long it's been. I left Animal Crossing just to eventually get back into Stardew Valley. I had tried this game back in 2016, but I wasn't quite sure about it at first. But over the past few years, I've really come around to it. Eric Baroni, or Concerned Ape, developed this game over a 4-year period completely alone. Like, the dude actually just developed a small game for fun, and it spiraled into this massive and seemingly endless creation. You can tell every pixel was placed with love and passion. If you haven't given it a shot, I couldn't recommend a game more. The game is completely open-ended, leaving how you play up to you. It's still a life simulator like AC, but now you have some nice RPG elements thrown in. In fact, you can spend a lot of time focusing on just about anything but your farm to level up your character's stats or to just have fun. Mining, fighting monsters, socializing with the citizens of Pelican Town, fishing, playing mini-games, the list goes on, and it's all made by one man. It's insane what he's accomplished. Stardew Valley recently got its biggest update yet with version 1.5, and it's better than ever. I currently have 3 active farms. One is a year 3 co-op farm I've been doing with my girlfriend for a while, which is the furthest I've gotten in the game. I have a year 3 farm on my Switch that I occasionally hop in and out of, and a new farm I just started that I've been streaming over on my Twitch channel. Link in the description. And yeah, both the games I just talked about fill the same shoes in a lot of ways. They're both life sims with the same social shits and holiday hoo-ha's, but I think these games both shine in their relaxing escapism they create for the player. It's so easy just to get lost in these games. Forget about the horrors outside your front door and just talk to Pietro a bit. He's a clown sheep. How could you not be fine? And after all of that, it brings me around to the big question. Which would I recommend to you at home, the player? Well, Animal Crossing is a game that runs off of the console's internal clock, which runs off of the real-time clock. Time passes in real time, events happen on days they should, and seasons change just like they do in real life. That's a big difference when you put it side by side with Stardew Valley. Stardew has an in-game clock that progresses at its own time. An hour in-game is 60 seconds in real life, and you can end your day and start a new one at any time, allowing for you to progress at your own pace. Animal Crossing does not do that at all. There will literally be a point every day where you run out of things to do and you have to put the game down and come back tomorrow. Which, when I started thinking about this video, I thought that was going to be something I wanted to harp on. Stardew Valley seemingly has an endless content stream and you can binge that for as long as you like, and I didn't really like the real-time progression system of New Horizons since I thought my island was just going to deteriorate once I leave for a few months anyway, but I eventually realized where the game belongs: in a schedule. Animal Crossing is a very methodical game. After a few days of playing, you'll start to see habits you form as a player. You'll end up doing tasks in a specific order, and end about the same time every day and move on. It's the perfect game when you really only have a few moments in a day to play, and you need to fit in some form of escape. In this regard, it makes it very accessible. The game doesn't give you too much to overwhelm you. It gives you just enough so anyone could pick up, play, understand, and have fun, which is really the main design philosophy at Nintendo, and you gotta give it to them for sticking to their guns. Stardew Valley is on the other end of the spectrum. Like I said earlier, this game offers what seems to be an endless stream of content, and it only comes at you as fast as you want it to. But that idea isn't quite as accessible as Animal Crossing's technique. I love the depth in Stardew Valley, just spending hours of my day working on my farm or the plethora of other activities I could spend my time doing. I could really see new players or new gamers getting decision paralysis with this game and end up giving up because there's too much to do and keep track of. In fact, that's what I did when I first tried Stardew Valley a few years ago, but I learned when the game throws new content at me, there isn't a rush to get to it. I can continue how I want to play and get to the new content when I'm ready with no repercussions. Do I want to just work on my farm? Do I want to spend the day fishing? Oh, it's raining, meaning I don't have to spend time watering my crops this morning and I can go straight to spending all my time in the mines. When I'm done, I'll socialize a little bit, hit on Abigail, and go to bed, just to wonder what I'll work on the next day. It's really up to what your life can fit in. If you have a schedule with a limited amount of time to fit in games, Animal Crossing is a lovely game that's very accessible and is great in short bursts. If you're looking for a game that you want to lose hours in and forget about the world, I would then recommend Stardew Valley. I wanted to make a video telling you which game I genuinely thought was better, but I realized the reasons I thought Stardew Valley was better was because its mechanics were just a bit more tailored to how I'm living right now. Personally, my life calls to Stardew at the moment, but as we learn this year more than ever, the world will always be changing. Who knows what the future will be like, or what our day-to-day lives will look like in a few years. But if I've been reinforced any knowledge this year, it's that you shouldn't disregard or downplay anything just because it's different. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic 2021.